med stjärneljus, den eviga vägen till gryningens ljus. Människor dör, fränderna faller, så dör en man. Men aldrig dör ett rykte, jag hörde att jag skulle dö och aldrig komma tillbaka. Ett hörn i himna härjar, siktig och sina valkyria, siktig och sina valkyria. Ett hörn i himna härjar, siktig och sina valkyria, siktig och sina valkyria. Rikedomar kommer och går, så dör en man. Men aldrig dör ett rykte. Ett hörn i himna härjar, siktig och sina valkyria, siktig och sina valkyria. Ett hörn i himna härjar, siktig och sina valkyria, siktig och sina valkyria. Ett hörn i himna härjar, siktig och sina valkyria, siktig och sina valkyria. Ett hörn i himna härjar, siktig och sina valkyria, siktig och sina valkyria.
G'day mates, how's it going? I'm back. And I may have made a mistake. I got curious, and I know that's what kills the cat. But I was curious if there was mystery gifts. And I've just been sitting here staring at this for a while now. I don't know if it's broken, but I made a mistake. I can't even like get out of it. I'm assuming the only way to get out of it is to like close the game down? Or wait? How long is this thing supposed to take? This thing's been taking forever. Hurry up. I like the pink though. The pink is nice. Okay, this thing is... Wait, hold on. Oh! That was to connect to the internet? That wasn't even searching for a gift? What the f... No gifts. Oh, well, that's just sad. That whole time it was just connecting to the internet? What? Give me a minute. Okay, this isn't working. I don't know. I don't. I'm just gonna copy and paste. You can live with it. Boom. It has been done. Been done, did it. Okay, we're gonna watch some VTuber stuff because I'm curious on some of these. Beloved VTuber artist confessed to sex crime. What the? Okay. Should we start with that one? Like, we watched this one. This is the crazy chick who crashed her car and crap. Played a fan base like a dating sim. That sounds kind of boring, doesn't it? We've seen that a million times. They stole a VTuber's identity and bankrupted her fans overnight. That sounds interesting. Oh, is this the... Yeah, we'll watch that. I think I know what this is. VTuber predator to be mute and disabled and stole thousands. Fair enough. Well, that's like Zentrea, right? The only people that know if she's a woman or not are the people who, like, have actually seen her.
It was late June 2025.
Okay, calm down.
Loneliness is a
Okay, calm down. We'll watch this one first. What am I looking for? The counter, where is it? There it is. I don't know how many encounters we're gonna do today.
when a single
But maybe
tweet
a lot.
set the VTuber community on edge. From Korikori, a name that needs little introduction in Japan's entertainment world. Korikori isn't just a gossip
Touch
streamer.
me,
He's
child.
Japan's most notorious expose YouTuber. Known for his sensationalist
Yeah,
style
he's that
and
guy.
massive live streams, he's built a
From the,
reputation for getting
Hololive
insider
stuff, right?
information directly from VTubers, musicians,
Yeah.
and public figures themselves. He's exposed major music producers like Yab, which worked with Niji Sanji, and was a key source behind the very public divorce of Mafu Mafu and Mikeneko. And he
That's
also
it.
played a major role in the Rushia Ruha scandal that led to one of
Yep.
Hololive's most infamous terminations. So
Which is the same
when
person as
Korikori
Mikeneko,
tweeted
but
that
anyway.
night, people paid attention. At tonight 11 p.m. he wrote, "Live broadcast. I will make accusations related to former Hololive member Minato Aqua." One sentence. That's all it took to set the
What?
VTuber world on fire. To
There's a
understand why
Hololive?
fans were so alarmed, you have to understand who Minato Aqua is.
Yeah.
Or rather, who she was.
Wasn't she-
Minato Aqua was one
Hold on. Before you tell me, I'm gonna try and remember from my brain. Because I didn't really watch Aqua, but I did watch people around her a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. But Aqua was the one who was like kind of like a being like a princess, right? Am I thinking the right one? Just gonna wait. If I type in Hololive members, will it have like a page? Yeah, they have a page. Okay. Gen Zero. What? There was a Gen Zero? Oh my god. Miko and Suse and Robico have been there since the start. Is this ASCII person still around? I don't think I've ever heard of this person. Who is this? Are they still around? There was a link to her YouTube. No, don't do that. Don't play music. God damn it. 3 weeks ago. She's still around. She streamed 4 hours ago. Who is this? I've never heard of this one. Huh. Okay. And Sora's still around, right? Wait, that means all of the fucking original generation of Hololive talent is still around. Wait, I'm looking at Robico in that because I haven't kept up with Robico. Oh my god, it's gonna no, don't. It's gonna play a song every time I enter any of their channels. That's annoying. Yeah, so Sora's still around. And I'm pretty certain Robico is. Don't do it. Bro, can you not? Yeah, she's still around too. Every time I click on it to go to their YouTube, it immediately comes up with a subscribe. No, I'm good. Leave me alone. Okay, so Generation 1 was Aki, Rosenthal, Akai Hato, Bubiki, and Matsuri, which I think they're all still around too. Huh, okay, so like if you were like a Gen 1, you seem to stick around. Oh, it tells you if they've gone. It says alum next to it. Oh, okay. So the first, like in generation wise, to leave is Aqua and Shion. Subaru's Gen 2. I thought she was Gen 1. Interesting. Okay. Well, there's Aqua. I think Aqua's who I'm thinking of. She used to wear like a tiny little crown and speak in like a baby voice. Am I mixing her up with another one? Oh, I'm mixing her up with Luna. Okay, I know Luna. I don't know Aqua. Okay. Luna's Gen 4. Wait, Botan was in a different generation to Watami? Bro, I don't keep track of... Oh, okay, so Indonesian, they don't have like Indonesian Gen 1, Gen 2. Same thing with English. They just have English and Indonesian. You can't even tell who came first, but I know with Indonesian it was Risu, Muna, and Lofi. Those three came first, I think. Oh, bro, there's so many English talent now. Wait, Biju is an English talent. Biju is an English talent? What? Okay. Oh, no, then they have... Wait, so they have Indonesian English, and then they have Myth, or then they have the separate ones. Oh. I'm confused. Other staff? What? HN. I forgot about HN. The manager who, like, kind of became a thing. Oh, they have less in the, like, graduated section than I thought. They have Aqua, Shion, Coco, Gura, Sana, Fauna, and Mume. Wait, no. What about the whale? What about the whale and Watson? The fuck's the whale's name? Chloe. Oh, because it's still affiliated. Okay, interesting. Okay, never mind. Okay, so yeah, I'm mixing Luna up with Aqua. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys though. So you guys can understand why I've mixed these two up. Also I'll open there. I'll open their YouTubes because why not? So we can get a sense for their voice. No, stop. Because I don't think I've ever heard Aqua then. I've heard Luna. Okay. There's a good reason I mixed these two up. Okay, so this is Aqua, right? Minato, Aqua. They have different outfits, which is kind of funny. Oh wait, it shows all their outfits? Oh, that's a nice outfit. I like the hair. This one's my favorite. Anyway, this is Aqua. This is Luna. Can you understand why I've mixed these two up? What the okay. Bro, it's I don't know how I feel about this. Why is her skirt so short? Yes, wear that. That's good. Bro, what the fuck? She has so many outfits. I'm not gonna lie, this outfit is dope. I don't like how short her skirt is though. That's just me. Oh, this is adorable. I like this one. Yeah, hey, look at that. Boom. You can understand how I've mixed these two up, right? Now, can I just get maybe a short, maybe? Yeah, okay. What's this one? Okay, I've never heard this.
血液型は何型 Secret じゃあパンツの色は
What?
薄ピンクシークレットじゃね
What? What's this got to do with... Okay, never mind. I just want...
えのかいミナとアクアは金魚の先生に
Why? What? I just want, like, a clip of her talking.
ミナとアクアは金魚の熱い手でアンチ
Why? Can we get Aqua to talk, please? Okay, why is this so difficult?
よーし今日も配信しよ
Okay, here we
う
go.
と
Okay, so she sounds like that.
ブー
So
ン
she's kind of childish. Okay. But, bro, you wait till you listen to this one. What?
屋台がいっぱいなのないわたあめもふわふわでおいしいな
Hey, you guys hear this voice? That's why I didn't like the short skirts. Because she's in my brain, I'm like, this is a child. Like, listen to the way she sounds.
キャメラマンさんも一口食べるのら
Or my niece, who's like 11, sounds more adult than this woman.
なんてね
Like it's clear this is an adult woman, right? It has to be, right? Because they can't make contracts with children. But bro, come on. But so I knew about Luna. I didn't know about Aqua.
ねえ知ってる
I feel like I have heard her voice.
25000本以上あるらしいよ
Yeah, I feel like I have heard this chick's voice before. Okay. Okay. Now we know. Wait, since I'm on the HoloLive talent thing. I have to. I can't not. Mayoshi. This is my favorite. Out of all her outfits, this is my favorite. I remember when she debuted it, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. Like, look at it, bro. How cool is that outfit? And this one. I like this one too. Yeah, this one is my favorite. And this one. I think I like this one the most, to be honest. Boom. Mayoshi. I had to. I could not. Okay,
one
back
of
to the video.
Hololive's top stars. After 6 years as part of Hololive, her graduation on
Because
August
she's
28,
not who I thought she was.
2024 sent shockwaves through the community. She was a foundational member, a fan favorite, and for many, one of the faces of Hololive itself. But her story didn't end there. Just 2 months later, on October 27th, 2024,
so she has,
Aqua
like-
returned. She redebuted under a new identity, Sakuna Yuki, and her comeback livestream shattered records with
Oh
over
my god.
300
Bro, are you joking? Did the person who drew her Aqua avatar draw this one? Why do they look so similar? Like, there's no way that's a coincidence.
300,000 live viewers tuning in simultaneously, a level of attention most VTubers can only dream of. So when Korikori named her in his tweet, fans immediately feared the worst. Would he expose something from her past?
To be honest, though, maybe he shouldn't have said Minato Aqua. Right? Like, I get that people... What the fuck is happening? Clan tier. What is this? Oh, am I on the internet? Am I still on the internet? No, I'm not. It says connect to the internet. Is someone trying to trade with me? What is happening? What does that mean? I don't get what that means. Because, like, she's no longer Aqua, right? So, if she did it while she was Aqua, and that's why she got, like, graduated, air quotes, then it makes sense. But if she's done this after she's left Hololive, I feel like he could probably get in trouble, right? By Hololive, because he's just gone and brought them into the spotlight for no reason.
Revealed personal
If
details
she's done it
she had
afterwards.
kept hidden, or was he about to drop a scandal connected to Hololive itself? Soon after, Korikori
If it's
issued
not,
his
then I feel like
second
he's gonna get in
announcement.
trouble.
Starting at 10:45 p.m., a live broadcast of dark news on Kick, Hololive, Minato Aqua, Sakuna Yuki's case. 3 names: Aqua, Hololive, Sakuna Yuki, and a warning: dark news. Fans were left
So
to
he even
speculate.
okay, so it must have something to do with
like
Hololive.
wildfire. After all, Korikori streams have a history of not just
My assumption is that it happened while she was at Hololive. They found out and got rid of her. But they clearly got rid of her in a way where, like, they didn't terminate her. They let her graduate.
reporting news but changing careers or ending them. When the livestream finally begun, the truth stunned even Korikori's regular viewers. It wasn't Aqua, it wasn't Yuki, it wasn't Hololive, but it was someone deeply connected to all of them. Her illustrator, a respected artist named Gao, and what Korikori revealed that night would end his career. This is the story of the Gao scandal. Korikori began the central portion of his stream by calling the alleged
So, did he use Hololive and Aqua's name to get more people to watch? Is that what's happened? That feels like that's what happened. Wait, but it says sex crime. Artist confessed to sex crime live. So, did he commit the sex crime on Aqua?
victim directly. She joined the call live. Her tone was quiet. Oddly,
Wait, the artist is a woman? Wait, there's no way the artist is Aqua, right? I'm trying to figure out, is he just like named Aqua just because she had her avatar drawn by this person? Because if that's the case, I feel like a lot of people probably did, right?
casual, but her statements were unsettling. She explained that their relationship began when she was 14 years old. After replying to Gao's tweets, he contacted her through direct messages. From there, they played Splatoon together, grew close over regular calls, and after just a few months between August and October, she was the one who suggested they meet in person. She traveled to Gao's home, she stayed overnight, and their relationship turned physical. At the time, she said she believed Gao was single. She told Korikori directly, "At the time, I didn't know he was..."
Wait, who are we Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Aqua when she was 14? So she got groomed by the artist guy? I feel like I missed something.
Was she's go between after
Hold
the
on.
court would listen, even Korikori's regular viewers. It wasn't Aqua, it wasn't Yuki, it wasn't Hololive, but it was someone deeply connected to all of them. Her illustrator, a respected artist named Gao. And what Korikori revealed that night would end his career. This is the
him.
story of the Gao scandal. Korikori began the central portion of his stream by calling the alleged victim directly.
Okay, the alleged victim. Okay.
She joined the call live. Her tone was
That's
quiet,
the part I missed.
oddly casual, but her statements were unsettling. She explained that their relationship began when she was 14 years old. After replying to Gao,
Oddly casual. But the thing is, like, how old is she now? Right? Because she's probably had a long time to process this. So to you it seems casual, but to her she's just had enough time to process, right?
Gao's tweet, he contacted her through direct messages. From there, they played Splatoon together, grew close over regular calls, and after just a few months between
That should've
August
been a
and
red flag just
October,
there,
she was
playing
the one who
Splatoon.
suggested they meet in person. She traveled to Gao's home, she stayed overnight, and their relationship turned physical. At the time, she said she believed Gao was single. She told Korikori directly, "At the time, I didn't know he was married. Only after they began meeting," she explained, "did Gao reveal the truth. He told her he
Wait,
was
when they-
separated from his wife
where'd
and
they
that
bang?
his child, who was in elementary school, lived with the wife separately. He himself was living with a girlfriend. Initially, he had claimed to the victim that the
I'm sorry, what? Wait, so his excuse to this girl was that, oh no, I am married, but was separated. I don't live with her anymore. No, I live with my girlfriend. What? So your excuse to tell her why you're not cheating is that you're cheating? Bro,
apartment was simply a rented workspace. In reality, she discovered that he was living there with his girlfriend, whom he introduced to her after she arrived. This revelation came only after she
Wait.
had already visited his home and stayed there. In other words, while
so she came and met the girlfriend. And then what'd the girlfriend do? Just dip and let them bang? What? What is happening?
Gao was still legally married and had a child, he was living full-time with a different partner, his girlfriend, at the apartment where he invited the victim, all the while having an affair with a minor. Despite this, she said she wanted to keep seeing him, but Gao eventually blocked her, cutting off contact, a detail he would
He got what
later
he
confirm
wanted.
himself. Yet, their story wasn't over.
He got what he
Years later,
wanted.
they reconnected online without even realizing it. Gao, using a different account under a different name, contacted her again. She herself was using a
I'm
different
sorry.
name
I'm
and
sorry. What is this? What is this? Hold on.
connected online without even realizing it.
What's this?
Gao,
This way this guy's typing.
using a different account under a different name,
Who types like
contacted
that?
her again. She herself was using a different name and appearance. Notably, she had changed her hair. For 2 years, they talked regularly, mostly through calls. According to her, Gao did not recognize that she was the same girl from years
Yeah,
earlier.
'cause your point
In
does
May
this a lot.
2025, when she turned 17, they met again in person. Even then, she said Gao still didn't realize who she was. She explained that Gao told her he was divorced and single, and
Wait, hold on. How long had it been?
turned 17, they met again in person. Even then, May 20, according to her, Gao did not recognize that she was the same girl from years earlier. In May 2025, when she turned 17,
Okay, so it's been 3 years. Yeah, she probably has had enough time.
they met again in person. Even then, she said Gao still didn't realize who she was.
So you just
She explained
consent
that Gao
in
told her
Japan.
he was divorced and single, and believing him, she agreed to meet.
She's still
They went
underage?
to a
At
hotel,
17?
resumed a physical relationship, and begun dating again. But the relationship didn't last. Around June, Gao told her he couldn't forget his ex-girlfriend and broke up with her. She also revealed that while dating her, Gao had been seeing his ex behind her back. Then, one of the most disturbing
wife or the
details,
girlfriend?
she revealed that she had a 5-hour recording of conversations between herself and Gao. At that point, Korikori asked her directly, so
Bro.
you're exposing him now because he dumped you? And she replied, honestly, yes. Korikori acknowledged her
Fair enough.
motive, but stressed to viewers,
Fair enough.
even though your
At least she's
reason
honest.
isn't pure, this guy's dangerous. He warned that Gao could have targeted others. Korikori then explained that Gao was not only a
boy, definitely
VTuber
did.
illustrator, but also known for creating adult doujinjis. Some of those works, Korikori suggested, may have been inspired by real-life encounters. He posed to explain for viewers unfamiliar
I just had a thought. Like, there's a lot of like illustrators. I assume Hololive has like a lot of different ones, right? Do they like? How does it work if they decide to draw doujinshi of the girls? How does that work? Do they get in trouble? Because like, I think they can only get in trouble if they sell it, right? But if they just draw it and post it on Twitter, I don't think... Can they get in trouble?
with VTuber culture. For those unaware, in VTuber culture, the artist who draws the avatar is called the Papa. In this case, from this guy, Minato's Aqua's
me.
illustrator. Finally, Korikori revealed that Gao had also leaked confidential information in private calls. This included unannounced anime collaborations and behind-the-scene details about the VTubers he worked with. But just as the story seemed to reach its...
So the only thing this has to do with Aqua is that he drew the character, right?
peak, something unexpected happened. Gao himself appeared in Korikori's stream chat. Without hesitation, Korikori invited him into the call. Moments later, Gao's voice was heard live. What followed was no longer just testimony, it was confrontation. Korikori questioned Gao directly. He asked why Gao had blocked him earlier. Gao admitted he did so to avoid being flamed by him. Then Korikori asked him the central question. Is it true you had a relationship with this girl when she was underage? And Gao simply replied, yes, that's true. Just like this, he admitted to everything.
Bro, what? This
Korikori
is
followed
insane.
up. Seriously, and was she the only one? And Gao answered, no. There's
Oh my
one
God.
more. When asked if the other girl was famous, Gao said, no, she's just a regular person. Korikori also asked whether Gao had ever pretended to be a female online. Gao simply replied, I didn't try to act female, but I kept my gender ambiguous. Then came one of the most surreal moments of the stream. Korikori asked the victim when she had told Gao that she was the same girl from years earlier. She explained that she had only told him during their breakup call that day. Korikori reacted in disbelief. Today? You said I'm the same girl from when I was 14? And she confirmed yes. When asked why she didn't reveal her identity sooner, she said simply, I missed the right timing. Basically, it was
Wait, so him saying that he's done this with two underage girls, is he just thinking of the same girl? So in his mind, he's done this twice, but he's like with two different girls, but he's just done it with the same girl? Is that what's happened? Because if so, that's actually hilarious.
only after
how
Gao
dumb
ended
is
their
he?
second relationship that the victim finally decided to reveal the truth. He had never even realized it before. Insane. And although she had previously told Korikori about her story years ago, it was only now that she gave Korikori permission to tell her story publicly.
Oh, so
and during Kori's stream, Gao himself
Bro, I'm sorry. Like, sure, you don't want Korikori to go and tell the internet, but maybe he should have told the police? Because, like, him not doing that led to that guy looking for another underage girl and just magically happening to find the same one. But he could have found a different girl. Like, why didn't he tell the police at least? What? I don't know how I feel about this Korikori guy.
confirm this sequence of events. Kori then asked her what she wanted from Gao now. Her response was direct. I want him to apologize for hiding his marriage, cheating, and I hope this prevents more victims. Kori replayed her words to Gao.
Is it cheating if you introduce the person to them before you even sleep with them? Because that's what happened, right? That's what they said. She came around to his house and he introduced her to his girlfriend, and then they slept with each other later. So if anything, he didn't cheat on her, he cheated with her. Right? The marriage thing, yeah, he did lie about that, right? Because he technically was still married, but I feel like he still wasn't wrong there either. Like, he was separated.
Gao, can you apologize for that? Gao replied,
Maybe he
yes,
should go
I'm
find
truly
the
sorry for hiding
ex-girlfriend
my
and-
marriage and
and
for
tell
what I
her.
did. Kori then asked if she planned to report him to the police. She answered, I'm thinking about it. I plan to discuss it with my parents. Turning to Gao, Kori asked, what's your plan? Do you intend to take responsibility? And Gao responded, as an illustrator, I think it's going to be impossible for me to continue. I'm considering retiring. When Kori commented, even though you're
How old is this
talented,
dude?
Gao replied, I've betrayed the VTubers I work with. I probably can't be involved in this industry anymore. Then, Kori encouraged the victim to work with her mother and consider legal action. She revealed that during the
Good.
stream itself, she had messaged her mother, telling her what had happened. Her mother replied, thank you for having the courage to tell me. Kori then reassured her and emphasized that
At least she has a
reporting
good
to the
family.
police was the correct next step. At another point during the confrontation, Kori even asked Gao how he intended to take responsibility for what had happened. And Gao
Bro.
responded that if
I feel like he could just give this, like, live stream to the police, right? Because he admitted it. Like, he was like, did you do this? And he said yes. So, like, I feel like they could just give this.
the victim did file a police report, he would turn himself in. As the stream neared its end, Kori addressed his viewers directly. This
Bro, I'm sorry, what? If she files a police report, I'll turn myself in. Bro, just turn yourself in. Is he like, the way he's talking, he's like, well, it's not a crime yet because she hasn't reported it. No, dude, it's still a crime. You still committed a crime. You had sex with a child. Like, that's still a crime. Just turn yourself in. Like, what?
wasn't just an internet controversy, this was a criminal case.
Bro, I love the way
beyond
she
his
says some
confession
words.
on the stream, made no public statement on social media. Kori reminded viewers that what happened next would depend entirely on whether the victim filed a police report.
Yeah, which is
And yet,
insane.
as serious as Gao's admissions were, the story wasn't over, because equally troubling revelations were still to come. At this point in Kori's stream, the situation was obviously no longer just a scandal, it was potentially a criminal case. In 2023, Japan officially raised its national minimal age of consent from 13 to 16 years old, ending a law
I'm sorry, what? Huh?
that had raised its national minimal age.
When did they do this?
Criminal case. In 2023, Japan officially raised its national.
Bro, all the way up to 2023? The age of consent was 13? Are you kidding me? Wait, so does that mean that means that this wasn't a crime? Because she was 14. And then the second time, she was 17. So by Japanese law, it wasn't a crime. Unless they're like, well, the law changed now, so now it's a crime. Even though you did it fucking 3 years ago. Bro, why? Why was it 13? Do Japanese men, are they all, like, weirdly sexually attracted to children? I don't understand this. Bro, that is insane. That's got to be the lowest, right? I don't want to Google it. I don't want to Google it, but I have to. That's got to be the lowest, right? Country. Whoop. Country with the lowest IQ. Okay. Maybe later I'll figure that out. Age of drinking. No, not in Europe. Go away. Oh my god, Nicaragua 11, the Philippines 12. Oh my god. Bro, like my niece is 11. If she tried to tell me like she could consent to doing this stuff, bro, I'd lose my shit. For 11, they haven't even started to bleed yet. Like isn't the average like 13 is when they start? Like this is insane. Like, lowest age of consent in the world in 2025 is 9 years old. What? Following a controversial amendment to Iraq's personal status law. What? What is a personal status law? In late 2024 that allows girls to marry from this age under certain religious. Oh my god. Bro. This makes me feel sick. Bro, it's disgusting. Bro, this is. But the other thing too is a lot of these. See you later, alligator. Thanks for stopping in and ruining my day. A lot of these incidences happen in Japan, right? Be back in, I don't know how many hours. Okay. I'll probably still be here. Who knows? Because I feel like we get a lot of stories of like adult Japanese men doing things to underage girls. Wait, hold on. I just realized something. They have CP laws in Japan. Clearly, because like that big mangaka got done for it. But then you were allowed to go and have sex with a 13-year-old. How does this logic make any sense? That makes me think that the CP that guy had was of children under the age of 13. Because I feel like if it was of the age of consent, like 13 and above, would that even be considered CP in Japan? Under 13? Yeah. Oh my god. Bro, that makes it worse. Because in my brain, when I heard that, I was like thinking like people anywhere from the age of like 16 to like 13, not 13 and below. The pics they found from him 2 to 11. So bye bye. You make me sad. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, hold on, Benny. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Wait, what? They got married last year, but now they're celebrating? How does that happen? What? Do people do that? Okay. Never heard of that. Only over here, it's like if you're getting married, you get married and then celebrate it the same day. You don't leave it. The honeymoon, though. Sometimes people leave the honeymoon.
Minimal age of consent from
Bro,
13 to 16 years old.
Bro, why did it take till 2023 to raise it? And why 16? What's the age of consent here? Is it 16? I think it's 17, right? Age of consent around the world? I don't care about the world. I just want Australia. Varies between 16 and 17. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that, I thought for fucking, I think it's different for genders. I think one of the genders is 17 and one of them is 16, but I can't remember fully. Age of consent laws in Australia. Okay, I don't need all this. I just need the meat and potatoes. Wait. The legal definitions of consent in each state and territory, it's different? What, bro? Oh my god. Each state, like, thinks of themselves as a whole nother country. It's so stupid, bro. This is why so much dumb shit happens here. That's why in Queensland, you can get a longer sentence for being caught with weed than killing someone. But then if it happened in New South Wales, the person, if you killed someone, you would get more time than if you sold weed. But not in Queensland. It's so dumb. Our laws should just be all of Australia. It shouldn't be state to state. It's so stupid. Okay. What? All states and territories' definitions state that consent must be free and voluntary, e.g., without threats, fear, or intimidation. Okay, fair enough. And the next one says all jurisdiction except Western Australia outline provisions about capacity to consent. So everywhere except for Western Australia says a person does not have the capacity to consent if they are asleep, unconscious, or intoxicated. What happened in Western Australia? Why did they go, nah. If they're fucked out of their mind on drugs or alcohol, no, they can still consent. Hello? Like, the Australian Capital Territory, New South Wales, Queensland, Tasmania, and Victoria explicitly state that the consent must be actively communicated. What? Consent cannot be presumed just because someone did not say no or resist. So, wait, in most states they have to actively say I consent? Hold on, how does this work? So, what if you kiss them and then they kiss you back? Is that consent? Is that actively communicating that you consent? I feel like there's a flaw here. And then this says, it is important to note that a person under age of consent cannot consent to sexual activity, even if the other provisions under legal definitions of consent are met. Was he telling me if there's an underage person who was fucked up on alcohol or drugs in fucking, where was it? Western Australia? They still can't consent? What? So stupid, bro. Okay, 16 years for ACT, which is Canberra, New South Wales, Northern Territory, Queensland, Victoria, and Western Australia. but then it's 17 for South Australia and Tasmania. Okay. So that's why it's 16 or 17. I always thought it was 17. I can't get past the fact that if someone is asleep, unconscious, or intoxicated in Western Australia, like, they're saying that they can still consent. I can't get over that. That's insane. By the way, the only state that is the one that fucking that's in the accept section of this, all the other ones are like, no, bro, they can't consent. They're unconscious. That's insane. I'm so curious on what happened in Western Australia for them to be like, have they not had a case where someone's... Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they haven't had a case where someone was, like, roofied and went to court. Because that's what this is saying. Like, this is saying that in Western Australia, you can roofie someone and sleep with them. And Western Australia will still say, yeah, they consented. This is so stupid. What?
Ending a law that had remained unchanged for more than a century and was long criticized as
Back to the
among the
video.
lowest in developed world, according to reporting from NPR. This legal reform was
It
part
was
of
one
a
of the
broader
lowest.
overhaul of Japan's outdated laws related to sexual violence. However, that national standard doesn't reflect the whole legal picture. Each of Japan's 47 prefectures can enforce stricter protections through local regulations. In prefectures
bro, that's what I'm saying. That's the same thing with these states over here. Why? Why are your laws different, bro? Like, why is it different state to state? Just have one fucking law for everywhere and enforce it. This is why you end up with stupid shit that happens.
Tokyo, for example, the age of consent is effectively raised to 18 years old under the so-called obscenity ordinance designed to protect minors from exploitation. In this case, the victim mentioned working at a maid cafe in Kansai and stated that Gao lived nearby. Their apartments were
I don't know where
reportedly
that
just
is.
3
Is that in
minutes
Tokyo?
apart. Kansai encompasses major prefectures like Osaka, Kyoto, and Hyogo. While exact prefectural
Japan's
laws
such a beautiful
vary,
place.
many parts of Kansai have similar strict protections. Under Japan's Child Welfare Act, engaging in any intimate relationship with a person under 18 years old, unless legally married with parental approval, is considered a punishable offense.
Wait.
In this situation,
Wait. Is that saying that you can marry children under the age of consent as long as the parents say it's all good? What? That shouldn't be a thing either. Because in my experience, some parents just want to give their children everything their children ask for. Bro, the reason we have parents is to protect children who don't know better. I don't like this.
there was no gray area. Gao was approximately 40 years old. The girl was just 14 at the time of their first physical encounter. According to NPR, under the 2023 reforms, any physical relationship involving someone aged 13 to 15 becomes a crime if the adult involved is 5 or more years older. Gao exceeded that threshold by nearly...
I don't know my math, but I'm thinking maybe he's a little bit older than 5 years. I think he reaches that.
3 decades. When we lay this against the timeline revealed in Korikori's stream, the severity becomes even clearer.
Is he like super
Their first
handsome?
relationship began when she was 14, likely in late
Why would she get with a
2021 or
40-year-old?
2022, and their second physical meeting happened in May 2025 when she was still a legal minor. And Gao himself acknowledged the gravity of what he'd done. On stream, he stated that if she went to the police, he'd turn himself in. This was almost certainly...
She was still a legal minor in Tokyo. which by sounds of it, or what they're saying, or where in the prefectures that do the 18 thing, right? Because it sounded like they were saying like not all the prefectures think like that, which is like means that if this happened in any other prefecture, it wouldn't be a crime, which is insane. By the way, I still stand by what I said earlier about that. It's insane that he's only going to turn himself in if she reports it, because in his mind it's not a crime yet because she hasn't reported it.
A violation of Japan's child protection laws. And everyone watching Korikori stream that night understood that. But as serious as Gao's confessions already were, there was
By the way,
more.
I'm trying not to look at the video as much as possible because I get distracted by her
Partway through the stream,
titties.
Korikori revealed a new layer to the story,
Because
one that blurred the line.
I don't know about you guys, but she has that like little sexy like mole on the titty. I don't know if that's just me who finds that sexy or not. That could be.
Between fiction and real life harm. It turned out that Gao's work as an illustrator wasn't limited to safe commercial projects. He was also known for creating adult doujinjis, self-published manga with explicit content. And according to the victim, some of those works weren't entirely fictional. During the stream, Korikori questioned Gao directly. "You've confirmed that you used the victim's ex-girlfriend's name as a character in your doujinji, right?" Gao's answer was simple: yes, intentionally. But the situation was worse than that. Korikori revealed that Gao had previously used a different underage girl he had dated 5 to 6 years earlier as inspiration for one of his adult doujinshi works. The link was discovered when readers noticed that a character either shared the same name or a very similar one to the real girl. For everyone listening, the implication was deeply disturbing. Gao hadn't just drawn fictional stories. He had used real people, real minors, mind you, as material for adult works. And the breaches of trust didn't stop there. Korikori also disclosed that Gao had leaked confidential information about the VTubers he worked with, including Aqua herself. During conversations with the victim, Gao reportedly shared Aqua's actual age when she debuted in Hololive, something never publicly revealed. He also disclosed personal details about Aqua's dealings with Cover Corporation, and according to the victim, Gao said Cover wanted Aqua to sign a non-compete contract preventing her from debuting immediately as Sakuna Yuki after her Hololive graduation. Aqua allegedly had resisted. By this point, the scandal wasn't just about Gao's personal relationships anymore. It was about betrayal. Betrayal of the fans, betrayal of the...
How could they have gotten her to sign it though? Like, what were they going to give her? Were they going to give her a buttload of money to not, like, to sign it? Because if they weren't going to give her anything, and they were just like, hey, you can't work as another VTuber, sign this thing, then of course she's going to say no. She doesn't have to sign it. If they pulled a fucking VShoujo and that, and were like, hey, we're not going to give you the money we owe you, then it would make more sense. But like, if they weren't going to give her anything, why would she sign it?
VTuber talents who trusted him, and betrayal of an industry that had once viewed him as a respected artist. The revelations had reached their end, but Gao's downfall had only just begun. The reactions from fans and industry circle was immediate and devastating. Gao wasn't just any illustrator. He was a beloved figure, both inside and outside of Hololive. Minato Aqua herself had spoken about him in high regard. For many fans, he was part of her identity. After all, he had designed both her Aqua and her Yuki model. The revelation that someone so trusted, so admired, could be at the center of such serious allegations left the VTuber community stunned.
Aqua
on social media, the mood was a mix of disbelief, anger, and heartbreak. Sakuna Yuki's fans, Aqua's reincarnation, rallied around her.
But
The
I was
atmosphere
correct
heavy.
when I said
People
that
weren't
the
just
new model
upset,
looked a
they
lot
were
like the old
lost.
one.
They were confused.
I was
Many
correct.
fans, especially those who had followed Aqua's careers for years, didn't know how to process the betrayal. Even other artists who once worked alongside Gao publicly shared their sadness and confusion. Some clung to the faint hope that the person who joined Korikori's stream wasn't really him, but with Gao confirming the accusations live and even apologizing directly to the victim, denial felt like grasping at shadows. Many viewers agreed that
not
Korikori's
just
stream
a
did
river
at least one important
Africa?
thing. He convinced the victim to tell her mother and consider going to the police. And yet, even that moment was uncomfortable. Korikori had shown the private message the victim sent her mother live on stream. A
What?
move some saw as sensationalism, others as necessary evidence.
No.
At this point, public opinion
What?
was nearly unanimous. People weren't waiting
Bro, evidence? She's the victim. What are we talking about? Necessary evidence to prove that the victim did what she said she was doing. What are we talking about? Bro, that's insane. You shouldn't have done that. You should not have done that. Bro.
to see if the accusations were true.
What the actual
They were
fuck?
waiting to see what Gao would do next. His silence on social media was
Nothing.
deafening. And for fans, collaborators, and
He
even
he
casual
already said what he was gonna do. He was gonna do nothing until she fucking did a police report. So in other words, he's gonna try and get away with it.
followers, there was only one word that echoed through the community: betrayal. Following Korikori's exposed
What, not
stream, the
Predator?
VTuber community was holding its breath. Everyone was waiting to see what Yuki Sakuna would do. After all, her name was now attached to this controversy more than anyone else's. While Gao was a respected
Bro, if it was
illustrator
me-
within industry circles, illustrators themselves rarely carried the public recognition of
Yeah. If it was me, I'd just say it's disgusting, and I don't want nothing to do with it, and I don't want to talk about it again. That's pretty much what I would say. Right? Because the more she talks about it, the more people are gonna bring it up, and then it'll never go away.
influencers or talents. But Korikori's stream had changed that. By framing the situation around Minato Aqua, now reincarnated as
Yeah,
Yuki
why?
Sakuna, the scandal had pulled
Like-
her
Yeah, bro, I'm kind of mad about that too. You've dragged this poor girl into all this shit only because the guy drew her models. And he 100% did it because he knew that would get more people watching. Which is just, it's just sad, bro. That's what, I don't know how I feel about this Korikori
directly
guy.
into the center of the storm. But Yuki Sakuna acted quickly. Just one day after Korikori's livestream on June 30, 2025, she addressed the situation indirectly through a tweet to her 628,000 followers. Her message was subtle but telling. I'm currently making adjustments regarding future activities, and I'll let you know as soon as things are finalized. Due to scheduling, there are some work announcements coming up soon, and I'd be happy if you could warmly support those. Thank you for understanding. But it wasn't long before she made a formal announcement. On July 2nd, 2025, Sakuna released an official statement that addressed the situation directly.
What could she do? She didn't do anything to begin with. So, and people are demanding that she talk about this stuff that has nothing to do with her. She clearly didn't know any of this was happening. All because this guy drew her model. Is she supposed to just pay someone else to draw this model but differently? Or draw a new model?
She would no longer be working with Gao. In response to the confirmation of inappropriate behavior by the illustrator, we have decided to refrain from using illustration in the future. However, we make exceptions for recent work that is already in progress. After discussing the matter with the client, please understand this in advance. I own the rights to the character design and will continue to work on them. On the other hand, we are currently in careful discussions regarding the visuals to be used in the live broadcast, including the use of a new illustrator. Although this is sudden announcement, we would like to continue our activities as usual, so we would appreciate if you could keep a warm eye on us. We hope you will continue to support Sakuna Yuki in the future.
A warm
the message
eye?
was professional, calm, but unmistakably firm. Sakuna was cutting ties. In an industry where silence is often the norm, her swift decision to publicly distance herself from Gao sent a clear message. This was not something she could ignore. And then Yuki Sakuna went live to address the controversy. But this wasn't her usual upbeat stream. Her tone was serious, her background was minimal. She even joked that her setup looked like an old school Nico Nico broadcast.
I'm
But
sorry.
the humor
I'm
faded
sorry.
quickly.
Is this like AI generated? What's happening? What's up with these fingers? What is this picture? Is she tying her hair? Is that why it looks weird? Why does this look so weird? Or the more I look at this, the more it trips me out.
She got straight to the point. For those who had been following her updates on Twitter, she said the situation was probably obvious by now, but for everyone else, she explained her illustrator, the man responsible for her character design, had done something terribly serious. And now the consequences were public. Sakuna confirmed what many fans had feared. She stated that she and her team had urgently suspended the use of Gao's illustrations. She described the scandal as big news, admitting that it had caused chaos behind the scenes, saying things had been extremely difficult. But what stood out the most was her raw honesty. Sakuna openly admitted her shock and frustration, saying,
I knew absolutely nothing. Yeah, exactly. Because all this dude did was draw her stuff.
She described how overwhelming it felt when the scandal erupted.
本当に私のね目線から見るともう一夜にして街が吹き飛んだ感じなのよ。起きたら世紀末だったみたいな。本当それぐらいの感覚なの。一体何があったんだってばよ。
Then came something no one expected. She hinted at the financial damage caused by the scandal.
いつかね。
Can she sue him?
お金の面とかでも出したいもんね。ビビるよ。とんでもないよ。正直。マジでびっくりすると思う。
But it wasn't just about money, it was about powerlessness. She
Or is it
explained
because
to
like
viewers,
how many work she had paid or something
どうにもできない問題があって。
that he hadn't done
私だ
yet?
けがじゃあ損害を被るだけならいいのよ。その損害を受け入れてってなってくるんだけど、もっと大きな規模感の会社さんとかが関わってくると、その会社さんの判断とかもあったりするわけ。
And then came the moment fans had been dreading, her plans for the future. Sakuna confirmed that a redesign was likely coming, but she wasn't too sure on it yet.
デザインというか、ちょっと
Okay.
変わるかなと。リデザインという形で、2バージョンを考えています。イラストレーターさんは多分それぞれ違うかも。
Yet, despite everything, Sakuna took time to thank everyone who had supported her. She said that industry colleagues, friends, and fans had helped her get through what she described as the hardest period of her career. Near the end of her stream, she issued one last warning to fans.
変な情報を鵜呑みにしないでください。それを拡散しないでください。確証のない情報を。どれが本当でどれが嘘かはね、しっかり見極めて。
And finally, she reassured everyone that this wouldn't be the end for her. Even after losing a trusted illustrator, even after public betrayal, she promised to keep moving forward. And just like that, the fallout reached the official stage. Gao's career wasn't just ending, it was being erased. Because following Koriko's expose, Gao's professional collapse began almost immediately. One by one, companies he had worked with started to distance themselves from him.
Did he get rid of all the
PC
doujinshi
game
he made?
Girls creation Shoujo Art Tales, published by Xnoa and part of the DMM group. On June 30th, 2025, just a day after the scandal broke, Girls Creation PR issued a public announcement confirming Gao's involvement in their project. They wasted no time. The statement began, "We are providing information regarding some character designs that have been inquired about.
So I'm assuming
Please
they're
check the
gonna
in-game
redo them.
announcement or the attached images for details." Gao was responsible for the character design for the game, but that wasn't all. In a longer statement
all the
posted to their
characters?
official website, the management acknowledged receiving a wave of inquiries about Gao's involvement, and they admitted they didn't have yet a full understanding of the situation, stating, "We do not have a detailed grasp of the situation, but we will continue to confirm the facts." They then again confirmed that Gao was no longer working on any ongoing content for the game. However, the most significant part of their announcement came next. Please be aware that there is a possibility that the character designs may change. In other words, even characters already in the game could soon be
Bro, that
removed
bitch just
or
looks like
totally
Aqua.
redesigned. This announcement triggered a
What?
mixed response from players.
You drew
While
Aqua
many supported
with
the
huge
company's
titties.
decision to distance
Did
itself
Aqua
from
have
Gao,
huge titties?
others were
I don't even know.
conflicted. Some fans felt uneasy about losing characters they had come to love simply because of the illustrator's personal behavior. After all, as some pointed out, the characters themselves hadn't done anything wrong. But from the company's perspective, the risk was too clear. Gao's name had become a liability, and Girls Creation PR wasn't taking any chances. For now,
Ooh, I
his
like the
art
green-haired
remained in
one.
the game, but his future
like her
was
too.
uncertain. And
like the
yet
green-haired
again,
one.
another client
Show me the green-haired
prepared
one.
to erase him. By early July, yet another major publisher joined the growing list of companies cutting ties with Gao. On July 1st, Kadokawa's Dengenki Bunko, one of Japan's most prestigious light novel publishers, announced that they would be replacing Gao as illustrator for the popular light novel series I'm a guild receptionist, but I don't want to work overtime, so I'm going to defeat the boss solo, more commonly known as Gilmasu. The announcement made through their official website was simple and straight to the point. No reason was given for the decision, but for those following the scandal, the timing spoke for itself. Dengeki Bunko stated, "We sincerely apologize for all of our devoted readers for the concern caused. We are currently in discussion regarding the illustrator for the new book and the handling of existing books, and we'll make an announcement once a decision
Bro, he was really good at drawing.
In other words, Gao's replacement was not just for future volumes. Discussions were already underway regarding what to do with the existing 8 published volumes, whether to reprint them with new artwork or leave them as they were. Gilmasu wasn't a small or niche title. It had been published since March 2021, had won the gold prize at the 27 Dengenki Novel Prize, and had even received a TV anime adaptation earlier in 2025.
What?
For Dengenki Bunko, this was a high-profile series, and removing Gao as its illustrator was not a
Bro, it has an anime and shit. Like, you can't just fucking redo all the mangas that have already come out. Like, what are you talking about? At this point, you just got to leave it. Like, it has an anime, bro. Just change it from this point on. Like, what?
decision they made lightly. Unlike some smaller publishers, Kadokawa made no attempt to soften the news. They acted decisively. Another major project, another severed contract, and Gao's reputation fell further into freefall. And then another major blow to his career
deleting
came
all
from
these
the
doujinshi?
anime and light novel series Welcome to the Exile's Dinner, one of his most public and recognizable projects.
I was gonna watch that. I put it in my watch later list. I saw the clip of him like kind of adopting this little girl. I was like, this actually looks like something I'd like. Bro, this chick's hot. This black-haired chick, she's hot as fuck. Who's she? Smash.
Originally, Gao had been credited as the character designer for both the light novel series and its upcoming TV anime adaptation, but that changed almost overnight.
Bro, he was
By June 30th,
so
just
good at
days
drawing.
after the scandal broke, fans noticed a quiet but deliberate change. On the official website for the anime, the staff credits had been altered. The line reading character design Gao was removed. No explanation, no announcement, just gone. This deletion was later confirmed through archival snapshots from the Wayback Machine, proving that Gao's name had been scrubbed from the official anime site before the first episode even aired. And then on July 2nd, a formal announcement followed from Overlap's Novels, the publisher of the original light novel series. In their official blog post, they stated,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure the anime is like airing or just finished airing or something. When did this stuff all happen? This must have happened like a bit ago, right?
Currently in discussion regarding the new illustrator and timing
it?
of the response, and will provide an update once a decision has been made. They confirmed that not only would future volumes of the light novel use a different illustrator, but even previously published editions of the novels might be reissued with entirely new artwork. In other words, Gao was being removed from both the anime adaptation and the original novels that it was based on.
I feel like they can't redo the anime
that had
though.
captivated readers and was preparing for its anime broadcast, this was no no minor adjustment. And for Gao,
Did
the
they redo the
message
anime?
was unmistakable. His name wasn't just being pushed
Rubbish.
aside, it was being erased. But also he deserved it. And yet
Yeah.
the Gao situation
100%.
continued to worsen as another high-profile project publicly severed ties with him. This time it was the One N No Watson, a new light novel published under Shogakukan's Gagaga Bunko label.
What
the
is it?
novel wasn't just another
What's it
release,
about?
it had already gained recognition, having won the Excellence Award at the 19th Shogakukan Light Novel Awards. The series, positioned as a contemporary mystery with a unique spin on the detective genre, was expected to be a significant title for the publisher. Originally scheduled for
Okay.
release in July 18th, 2025, the timing couldn't be worse, and Gao was responsible for the character designs and cover art. The novel's future
Bro,
suddenly
I know this guy's a
shifted.
scumbag, but like, you gotta admit, he's fucking good at drawing, bro. And like character designs, he's really good at it. I will say though, it seems like he likes hair clips. Because I think every design he's done, or like a lot of them, have these hair clip things.
Cover art, the novel's future suddenly shifted. On June 30th, the official announcement came, stating the release will be postponed and have a change of illustrator due to the circumstances involving the original illustrator, Gao. They sincerely apologize to everyone who was looking forward to
Bro.
it. Unlike previous projects
Bro,
where Gao's
it-
existing work remained
This is like when I was talking about that other one where the illustrator or whatever fucking fucked over that manga because he was going and like a fucking sexually assaulting like high school girls in the street. It's like the same thing. This guy's a scumbag and did disgusting things. And now look at how many people he's fucked over. How many people and how many things that he's just fucked. And now he's going to cost them. Can the businesses that have to now redo everything and pay other people to redo things, can they like get the money back by suing him?
for the time being, One N Watson was halted outright. The novel's release was postponed. All illustration
There's
tied
so
to
many
Gao
people
was
get
being
fucked over
replaced
just because
before
of
the
one
public would
person.
even see them. They wanted none of that, and the publisher acted with a full restart. For Gao, this was the complete shutdown of a title that was supposed to mark the next chapter in his career, and once again, the industry moved on without him. In just a matter of
Yeah.
days, Gao's career entirely
But
collapsed.
is he in jail?
From trusted illustrator
What happened
to
with the police
industry
report?
pariah, his clients cut ties.
Do we
His
know?
work were pulled or redesigned, and his online presence disappeared. His Pixiv accounts were closed, his fan box was gone, his name completely erased. And yet, perhaps the most unsettling part of this entire story is how it even came to light at all. Because if not for one bizarre, almost impossible twist of fate, none of this might have been exposed. By sheer coincidence, Gao unknowingly
God.
dated the same minor twice, years
Yeah, that's
apart.
insane, bro.
He blocked her after both relationships too, and when he broke up with her a second time, she chose to speak out, partially out of anger. And if it had been anyone else that second time, Gao might still be working quietly behind the scenes today.
Yeah,
What a
and probably
chilling
still
thought. But as his career
doing
collapsed,
things to
one
other girls.
question lingered. What happens next? Japan's legal system has long faced criticism for its handling of sexual crimes, and past cases offer little reassurance. In 2020, for example, Tatsuya Mitsuki, the writer of Act
That's
Age,
it?
was arrested for molesting schoolgirls.
Yeah.
He received a suspended sentence, 1 year and 6
Wait.
months. He never served time. Then there's
What?
Nobuhiro Watsuki, the creator of Rurouni Kenshin, who was arrested in 2017 for possession of CP.
Hold on. I thought the Act Age guy went to jail. So, like, literally nothing happened with that dude. He just got a slap on the wrist. And, like, now can't work in the same industry, I guess. Or maybe he still can, he just fucking does it discreetly.
material. His punishment, a fine, approximately of
Yeah,
$1,900,
that one was
and a brief
just
hiatus from his
disgusting.
manga. International sales of Rurouni Kenshin paused for a time, but ultimately it resumed. And the
Yeah.
series even received a new anime reboot in 2023. Both cases led to widespread
That
outrage,
dude's still
and
making
yet
bank.
both creators continued their careers. It's worth noting both of these cases occurred before
Wait, the
Japan's
Actage guy
landmark
is-
legal reforms in 2023,
is
so
still
whether
working.
those changes
What?
will affect Gao's situation remains to be
Bro.
seen. But at the time of this recording, no formal charges have been confirmed, and Gao himself had issued no public statement beyond his confession during Korikori's stream. But in the court of public opinion, the verdict is clear. His clients
So,
are gone,
he's
his
just-
works are being replaced, and
he's
even
just
if
gonna
the
get
legal
away with
system
it.
remains uncertain, his career is not. Because in industries built on trust, on parasocial bonds with fans, the loss of public faith is often a harsher sentence than any court could deliver. And for the VTuber world,
Don't any
the
of you
anime
fuckers get
industry
parasocial
and
with
fans
me.
alike, this story serves as a sobering reminder. Behind every username,
I'm like
is a
Gollum.
person,
I'm a
and
disgusting
sometimes those people are hiding things
goblin
far
that just
darker
sits
than
in this room
anyone could imagine.
and talks into a
Thank you for
microphone.
watching. If you've enjoyed today's breakdown and want to support the channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss
None
a
of you
future
get
upload.
parasocial
And if
with
you're
me.
interested in exclusive videos, anime reactions, and unfiltered commentary I can't post here on YouTube, check out my Patreon. The link's in the description below. Your
What?
support help keeps these
Why can't you post on YouTube? Boom.
a hell of a drug. People
this one?
crave companionship, but without the awkwardness of human
don't.
interaction.
I
Like
don't.
making eye contact or, God
Spider-Man man.
forbid, engaging in small talk. That's why AI chatbots have
Titties.
exploded in popularity. Just look at Amaranth's AI companion, which pulled a staggering $34,000 in a single day. And she's not alone. There are now entire websites dedicated to letting people
Amaranth
talk
has
to
an
AI
AI
versions
companion?
of celebrities.
When did that
Although,
happen?
I can't tell if this is
I thought she was
supposed to be
making
Miley Cyrus
vagina
as a
beer-
failed Barbie
vagina beer or
prototype,
whatever.
Jennifer Lopez if she got deep faked into the Eternals sequel that nobody asked for. But while some are completely against AI clones, others see it as a way to control the inevitable. And AI isn't
She
just
take
taking over
a break from
influencers.
making vagina beer to
VTubers have
make her
entire
AI?
bootleg AI clones with hundreds of thousands of followers. That's why some VTubers, just like influencers, are getting ahead of the problem by making their own AI versions. Not because they love AI, but because they'd rather control what's being said and done in their name than let some random creep profit off of them.
Yeah, I was
One
gonna
of
say,
these VTubers
and make money.
is Fillion. Fillion is a very popular VTuber known
Fillion.
for her high energy content and insane VR parkour skills. Sitting at almost 3 million subs, last year she was
That's
ranked
parkour.
4th most popular VTuber worldwide on YouTube, ranking just below other powerhouses such as Gargura, Hosho Marine, and Kizuna Ai.
Marine.
Fillion also has an AI chatbot, which
Or
whatever
Marine
features
makes
it
some great
includes
songs.
is something she's comfortable with and has control over. Unlike those bootleg AI clones, which are made without the creator's consent, Fillion's AI chatbot exists on her own terms. But what happens when a VTuber doesn't get to control their image? Because while Fillion was minding her own business, someone else was pretending to be her. A full-on impersonation scam designed to milk thousands of dollars from her fan base.
Bro, I
And
love the way she
craziest
says some
part,
words.
a lot of people, including actual VTubers, fell for it. And then there's this account. At first glance, it looks like Fillion's secret not safe for work account. Maybe something she wanted to keep on the down low. A few content creators actually do this to separate their loot content from their main brand. Shylily, for example, has a separate space for spicier content, and Cinder has her own
That's
not
a
safe for
dark
work
mode, Lily.
persona distinct from her safe for work content on Twitter. The account seemed legit enough that even VTuber mutuals
Cinder had a-
followed it, and I'm sure most of
had a
them had no
spicy-
clue it was actually Fillion. Honestly,
I didn't know that.
I didn't even realize it was fake at first either. It was that convincing. To confuse people even further, this fake Fillion shamelessly replied to a tweet from the VTuber Awards, an event that Fillion herself was actually hosting. They even posted a video of themselves dancing, and somehow it racked up over 1.1k likes, which obviously means a lot of people genuinely believed it was her. When we look at this account, we see that it first started posting on September 27, and in just 1 month, it had already reached 5,000 followers. That's an absurd growth rate for an account with no verification, no official backing, and no connection
They
to
paid the
real
money for the
Fillion,
tick.
aside from outright
What are you talking
impersonating her.
about?
But why would someone go through all of this effort? Well, once you look at their Patreon, everything starts to make sense. Their tiers go up to $100, and even at their lowest tier, they were making around $3,820 per month. That alone is nothing to scoff at, but it gets even worse. It was later revealed that this account was earning between $18,000 and $20,000 per month from Fansly. And suddenly, the extent of their lies and manipulation starts to make a lot more sense. And how were they making that kind of money? By using Fillion's Jingle model to post thirst-bait content.
Hold on. Is that why a lot of the VTubers that did stuff with Fillion always mentioned her OnlyFans or Fansly or whatever? Were they convinced that it was her too?
And sell explicit material to her fans.
Or does she actually have one?
This wasn't just
it just doesn't do anything with it.
It was straight up identity theft for profit. They even released full or half-nude Fansly sets, which were clearly meant to cater to Fillion's fanbase. But here's the key difference. This is nothing like the content Fillion actually makes. Fillion has always pushed for family-friendly content, and nothing about this not safe for work material aligns with her brand.
Except for, like, you know, flashing her panties every now and then.
Operate without any real issues since its creation in September 2024. But that changed.
Holy shit! That chick's thighs are thick.
Right after
what the
losing
fuck?
The Fansly account. Then, after some time away, Fillion VR returned with a statement claiming that their Fansly account had been permanently banned with no warnings due to an alleged breach of Fansly's term of service. According to them, this resulted in the loss of their entire subscriber list, all earned revenue messages, and content hosted on the platform. But conveniently, they had already backed up everything beforehand. They also claimed that Fansly support never responded, implying that the platform unfairly withheld their funds. And then came the dramatic finger-pointing, shifting all the blame onto Fansly. They wrote, "I am deeply disappointed and concerned by Fansly's lack of transparency and accountability. Moving forward, I'll be using platforms that prioritize creators and their communities, starting with Patreon." This post went somewhat viral, but not just because people felt outraged. They also reposted it 4 separate times, which snowballed into making even more people aware of this account, including myself. The replies were mixed bags. Some people genuinely believed they were wrong, while others started to connect the dots. One user even suggested that if Fansly really did take their money with no warning, they could sue the platform, calling it a corrupt business decision that's taking advantage of you. Of course, there was one little problem with that argument, but we'll get to that later. The real crazy part is that this ban was completely predictable. I mean, of course Fansly is going to ban you when you're impersonating someone who is already on that platform, and not just a creator, but one of Fansly's official partners. But that's a tiny little detail that Fillion VR conveniently forgot to mention to their fans. Now, I'm sure a small portion of their Fansly subscribers didn't actually care that this wasn't Fillion. Some people just want anime titties and move on with their day. But let's be real. Most of them were there just because of the likeness to Fillion. So if
you want anime titties, just come to this chick, Remo. He has plenty. I'm curious. Fillion. Wait, how do you spell Fillion? Fansly. There we go. It's like the face reveal and then Fillion Fansly are the first 2 things that come up. Who cares what she looks like, bro? Why do people care so much? I was about to say, I hope to God that it's just like... Wait, what? Am I not logged in? Oh, I'm not logged in. Oh, I'm not logged... Oh, okay. I'm logged into OnlyFans on here. I've never went on Fansly. On here. I have on my phone. Right, now I gotta remember things. I think that's the email I used. Now, password. Bro, this could be fucking anything. I don't think I've logged into Fansly in God knows how long. Is it that one? No? What if I do this? What? Oh, they sent me a code. God damn it. I'm assuming it's in my email? Is it in my junk? No, that's Bunnings Warehouse. What? Why am I getting emails from Bunnings Warehouse? I don't think I've ever bought anything from Bunnings online. Verify? What? No, I don't. Shut up. Maybe later. Go away. I just want to see what the sensitive. I love it. Brophilian is great. Brophilian is great. Her sensitive content that was like locked behind like a you have to sign in thing was just her in a swimsuit. Bro, Filian's Fansly's great. How do I follow it? How do I do that on here? Follow. Boom. We're following Filian. Bro, this is awesome. It's just like the most wholesome pictures. This is amazing. Is her riding a sheep? Or a business suit? This is awesome. Oh, there's no sensitive one. What is it? It's because she's showing her legs. Oh my god. This is awesome. Bro, she's a comedian. This is great.
Filian VR had actually been honest and explicitly stated, hey, just so you know, I'm actually not Filian. I just use her model, branding, and fan base to sell my content. They would have lost a massive chunk of their revenue overnight. After the ban and this announcement, some people started picking up on their con.
Frame issues.
However, opinions were still divided. Some people defended Filian VR by arguing that since Filian hadn't adhered to her model maker's guidelines,
is it true that the Filipino boy
this
is a
situation echoed a
31-year-old
controversy
virgin?
last
Maybe.
year when a Nendoroid figure of Filian was publicly
Who
announced.
knows?
However, the project clashed with her model's maker's terms of service.
Doesn't matter.
As Filian hadn't fully complied with the agreed upon terms. This led to significant backlash, and ultimately resulting.
This thing, right? People fell in love with Filian and enjoy watching Filian for the character she displays on stream, right? How she is on stream. That's what made people fall in love with Filian and why people watch Filian. So the fact that like I typed in Filian and the first thing that came up was face reveal, it was funny that the second one was Fansly. That was funny. I'll give that. But the fact that the first one was face reveal is like, it's disappointing to me. Who cares? Who cares what she looks like? Like, who cares how old she is? It's not going to change. If you knew what she looked like, would that change? Would that make her more entertaining to you? Probably not. And if you do care that much about it, you need to go to a therapist. Like, who gives a shit? Like, it's insane. Like, keep the character the character. Who cares what they look like behind this screen? It doesn't fucking matter. I don't know. It bugs me. It's the same thing as like, I think at least once a week, I see like a short or a TikTok from Nelku where someone is asked asked her when she's gonna take her mask off. Like, who cares? Like, you didn't come to their streams for that. You came because you came into their streams randomly one day, probably, or seen some of their content randomly, and then watched it and was like, you know what, this person's great. I'm gonna keep watching. If you came in and was like, I need to know what they look like, so I'm gonna follow them until they show their face, then you have problems. And you need help. Like, I don't think I've ever once like watched a VTuber or someone who like doesn't show their face and thought, I need to know what they look like. Like, I watched H2O Delirious for like fucking, I don't even know, like since like maybe 2013, maybe even longer than that. I've never once cared what he looked like. Never once. I still don't care what he looks like. So I don't know. It just blows my mind that people care so much. What? Oh, Nelku's live. Bro, speak of the devil. That's actually really funny.
In the cancellation of the Nendoroid.
Oh, and by the way, like I did it earlier in the stream, and I'll say it again. Takanashi Kiara is my Oshi, right? She's my favorite VTuber out of all the VTubers. And because of fucking weird people, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys, but because of weird people who have this obsessive need to know what they look like behind the avatar, and because when she first like debuted, I watched every stream for like, I don't know, 6 months, maybe longer. I watched every single stream. And now I'll go back and watch streams. I don't really watch her live anymore because she goes live at like I think she went live last night at like 11 p.m. because I think I woke up to the notification on my phone. And I'm old now, so I go to sleep early. But because I watched her a lot, and because for like people were fucking posting her face everywhere on YouTube, it came up on my homepage. I was like, who is this? And so I clicked on it because I was like, who is this? And then, yeah, so now I know what she looks like. And I don't know. I wish I didn't. Like, it's not like she's ugly or anything like that. She's beautiful. But, like, it's just, I rather keep them separate. I prefer keeping them separate. But it was just maddening to me. There's like, I didn't ask for it. It's like when you go on Twitter. That's why I stopped. Like, the Twitter I use now wasn't my original Twitter. I deleted my original Twitter because it made me so mad. When was it? I think it was Sword and Shield. Yeah, I think it was when Sword and Shield was coming out. I ended up just deleting it because I was like, fuck this thing. I hate it. Because every time I would go on Twitter, because I followed some Pokemon, like, Poketubers, I just got nothing but spoilers for the games. Like, you couldn't avoid it every time you went on Twitter. And it annoyed the fuck out of me, so I just deleted it. I just straight up deleted my whole Twitter. Like, I just got really mad one day and was like, fuck this thing, and just deleted it without even thinking. So I had to make Twitter. Like, years later. And then it happened again with fucking, except it happened on YouTube. It didn't happen on Twitter. It happened with Scarlet and Violet. The starters typing got spoiled for me. I hate it.
Following discussions with the model creator,
It's different if I
Fillion
went
and
searching
Jingle
for
were
it.
able to resolve the matter privately, with Fillion ensuring compliance with the terms of service moving forward. However, using that argument to defend the impersonators is an absolutely wild level of copium. There's a huge difference between simply using the same free-to-use model and what Fillion VR is doing. What they're engaging in is outright brand hijacking.
So every time I
Brand
see it
hijacking
now,
is the unauthorized use of a
when
brand
people
for
want to see
negative
what
or
people
fraudulent
look like,
purposes.
it
This
I
can
don't know, it
include
bugs me.
impersonating a brand identity, name, or logo to spread false information.
I was like, it doesn't
increase
change
personal
the
gain,
content.
Promote a competitor's brand, or engage in scams.
Not unless they
brand jacking can significantly
Not unless
harm
they're deciding to be like Kason. It doesn't change the content. If they are deciding to be like Kason, where sometimes they do VTubing, sometimes they do, what do they call it, flesh tubing, then sure. But like, if seeing their face isn't going to show, like, change anything of what they do, who cares? I mean, it found the difference between Germans and Austrians. Austrians have humor, while Germans are efficient. I don't know, so I'm going to trust you on that. I'll take your word. You better not be lying. So yeah, I have stated before when people asked if I'll ever show my face, and I have always said, if we get to 10 million subscribers, then I'll show my face. Just because it's a ridiculous number I don't think we'll ever hit. Have you forgotten? Isn't your Hershey from Austria? Checkmate? Yeah, but like, I don't know her personally. I watch her stream, yeah, but I don't know her personally.
a business reputation and lead to customer mistrust. Impersonation on social media involves the creation of fake accounts that mimic powerful
she
brands
is hilarious.
to deceive or manipulate users. Impersonators research and present themselves using the brand's persona, resulting in damaging effects. And that's exactly what's happening here. A brand isn't just about a model or a logo, it's about everything that defines that creator. That includes their fanbase name, their identity and likeness, their mannerism and personality, and their content style. Fillion VR wasn't just copying Fillion's model, they were copying her entire presence to profit from her fanbase. And if we start opening the door to this kind of impersonation, we're looking at a floodgate of influencer clones, all set up to siphon money from clueless fans. So whether you like Fillion or not shouldn't even matter here. This isn't about
but I do like
personal
Fillion.
preferences,
What the
it's
fuck?
about basic
Bro, I
integrity.
look back at two dudes with
This account
scissoring.
wasn't creating quality content, it wasn't putting in the time and effort to build a fan base, and it wasn't trying to establish itself as its own thing, and that deserves to be called out. Meanwhile, some other criticized Fillion VR, calling them out directly.
Didn't Vettel, like,
That's what happens when you
change it
impersonate
in
someone that's
Neurosummer?
already on their site. Why not
Like,
try
in a
something
coding
else and
that-
not ride the fame
that
coattails
Fillion
of
is
someone
just called
else's success?
Filipino
Be
boy.
glad they're nice. I would have sued you for likeness of character, use of brand image, and more. You got taken down because you're copying Fillion and not the model, but the whole brand and how she is. Cool. Thank you for letting us know so we can go report you there as well. Another account, Hojo-sama, chimed in on the situation. Clever name. I see what you did here. They shared their thoughts on the impersonation,
What?
saying,
I missed
can I
it.
just say how
That was a
fucked
joke?
up it is that this account has been around for as long as it has? If someone was sexually role-playing
Hojo-sama.
as me,
I get it.
copied my mannerism, speech, and personality, I'd be horrified. This is not okay, and you should not be supporting this account. They also pointed out that Filion VR even
The goon
used
is gonna
snackers
goon.
to refer to their fans, a term
Oh,
Filion
bro.
has already established, making
Bro.
it even more obvious that this wasn't just a
You
coincidence.
can't be doing that.
It was deliberate impersonation. Hojo-sama then added that a ton of people genuinely believe Filion VR was the real Filion, saying there is no media literacy anymore. And honestly, they're right. For example, even the Filion Virus fan account, which is supposed to support Filion, was convinced that Filion VR and Filion
What is
were the
Filion
same.
Virus?
A lot of snackers follow her, and a few of her hired clippers follow her, and her content is no different than what Filion herself offers on Fansly in DMs, so a lot of us have just accepted her. Some of us think it's an alt, but either way, Filion's team was made aware of her a while ago, so if it isn't her, then I would have expected action
Benny,
or
you
a
still here?
statement or something on
You-
either
you
side.
didn't see
I'm
the-
not sure
the
if it's
Fansly
her or
stuff,
not,
did you?
But I also don't really care. Again, the
I mean,
content
I wasn't
she
on
tweets
Fansly.
is the same as what Filion gives on Fansly. To make things even
Filion
more
was on
ridiculous,
Fansly.
Filion doesn't
It
even
wasn't me.
create pornographic content on her Fansly. In fact, she has consistently pushed for family-friendly content instead.
You already have OnlyFans. Fansly.
No, please stop.
Is there pornography?
No, there's not.
Signing up right now. What the hell?
Chat, she's lying.
Her Fansly is
What the
incredible.
hell is that?
Let's stop talking about this. I don't like this conversation anymore.
Free lewd pictures if I spend $200.
So as you can see, most people had no idea what was actually going on, and opinions were all over the place. But then, something happened. Something that would completely expose the extent of their lies, abuse, and manipulations. And what was revealed? Well, it was actually disgusting.
Tell me.
On February 17, a user named Mizukuro dropped a bombshell, tweeting leaked logs and conversation from behind the scenes
Oh,
of
yeah.
Filion VR.
I remember
And here's
this.
where things got even crazier.
Rubbish.
It turns out
Traboosh.
this wasn't just one person running the account, it was
Traboosh.
actually two. The mastermind behind it was Devious VRC, while the person filming the content was Vexy VRC. Two men. So not only was Filion VR impersonating Filion, but they also
Hold on. Why do they have female profile pictures? Huh? Why? Two men.
men. So not only was
What's my Discord picture? Oh. It's just Panda's head. Bro, I don't remember when I made it that.
Filion VR
really funny.
impersonating Filion, but they also catfished their audience in 3 different ways. 1, they weren't Filion. 2, they weren't even female. And 3, they weren't just
What?
one person. There were 2 of them running this account.
We were
At
gooning
this
to
point,
men.
This wasn't
Does that
just
make
an
us gay?
impersonation scam.
Does that make
it
them
was
gay?
a full-blown performance, carefully orchestrated over months to mislead and profit off Filion's audience. The screenshots are pretty brutal to read. They admit to a bunch of things, showing just how much planning and scheming went into this whole operation. They also dropped the hard N words like multiple times for absolutely no reason. But most of
What?
all, it really shows that
They
they
talked
only
about
saw
nukes?
Filion and her audience as walking money
No
bags
way.
and nothing more. Mizukuro also adds, Vexy shared it all with me. All the receipts
Can't believe
I
they
got
talked
from our
about
DMs.
nukes.
He found wise to screen cap his DMs with Devious in a couple occasions and send them to me, then never deleted them. In the screenshots, Vexy crassly explains how this all started. He made a Twitter account under the name Filion with one clear goal, to make good money. Okay, so I recently made a Twitter by the name of Filion.
So
I
he
made the
literally-
avatar in like
he just
5
did it to
minutes
make
and
money.
called it a day. I started posting pics with the intention of creating a Fansly using the same avatar Filion is using and a similar name. It blew up like crazy, and I think it could make some
To
good
use a
money.
similar
XD.
avatar that
Then they went on
Filion's
to explain
using.
how
So
they
just
got to this idea in the
Filion?
first place. Back when the whole Filion drama was happening with her trying to monetize a model which wasn't even hers, it made me think, damn, if it's not her model, why not just make porn of it and earn moolah? And they weren't subtle about it either. In another log, they straight up
What?
admitted their entire goal. Yeah, I want
Filion
to give this
didn't
one a
earn her
shot
model?
and see if I could ride the fame of Filion. And if this wasn't blatant enough, in another
How's that
screenshot, they
possible?
proudly show off their 1 million impressions in just 7 days, adding, yeah, I think people like Filion. Might as well make her look like a whore. This wasn't just some fan project,
Bro.
this was premeditated. calculated, and openly exploitative. As if impersonating
scumbags?
Fillion wasn't enough, the duo also set up fake donation goals for things like full body tracking and face tracking, despite already owning everything they needed for VR. It was just another cash grab designed to squeeze as much money as possible from their audience. Literally as if they were little
Would they
paid
hire a
babies.
female to do
Mizukuro
that?
also points out, then drain their money with explicit content over Fansly. Mind you, Fillion doesn't do that kind of content, but does have a Fansly page with no explicit content. Then we get to these screenshots
Yeah, it's
where
great.
Vexy casually discusses their pricing strategy. They suggest charging $100 for 5-minute explicit video and $50 for a twerking video. At one point, Mizukuro asks how they plan to handle the voice, to which Vexy responds,
Wait,
I'm just gonna use PC's audio.
Wait. Depends for what people want. Someone wants a 5-minute sex video. Why you write segs? I'm testing this. Benny, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm testing this. You can write sex. You can send messages that say sex. Like what? Benny just sent it back. That's pretty funny. I don't understand. Why are we writing segs? SEGGS. Like, just write sex. I don't get it. With a dildo for $100, someone else requested a twerk video for $50. I guess it depends. So, how would they imitate it? I don't understand how this works. So at this point, would you get a female like actress or something to do this? Or would they just imitate it? Because bro, $100 is $100.
I do have a Fillion AI voice, but I think that would cross the line. Mizu chimes in, yeah, you ain't beating the impersonation allegations if you use her voice. And Vexy, yeah, better safe than sorry. Managed to get approved on Fansly though, God bless. In another screenshot, Mizukuro confronts Vexy about their fake full body tracking donation goal, asking why they didn't just admit to already owning it. And Vexy's response? Needed a good reason for people to donate. The next leaked logs take place right after Fansly shut down their account.
Scumbags?
By that point, they had already made $18,000 that month, but they only managed
Why
to
don't you
withdraw
just write sex?
$7,000
That still bugs me.
before their account was shut down. With the rest of their money locked up, they quickly start panicking. And what they do next only makes things worse. At this point, Vexy starts to freak out to the point of having a panic attack over the possibility that Fillion could sue them. They found it was unfair, arguing that they were just using a public model that anyone could buy. But deep down, they knew they were in dangerous territory. What if she sued?
Hold on, I need to Google this. Does Fillion have a Fansly? The next thing is have ADHD. I assume she probably does. What was I Googling? Oh, does Fillion own a model? No. Fillion does not own the copyright to the Rindo model she uses, which was created by Studio Django. She also allegedly used another model, Mint, without permission, while Fillion may have commercial use rights. Rindo model within certain limitations. So she can't she can't do physical merchandise? Not for physical merchandise like the Nendoroids. She did not have the right to use it for the Nendoroid production or other merchandise without permission from the creator. Jingo? Rindo? Wait. So, she doesn't own her model. Why doesn't she come to like an agreement with the dude? Like pay him off? Or maybe like say, hey, if we do Nendoroids or whatever, you get a %? Like, wouldn't that... I feel like that'd be better than having to deal with, like, people like these fuckwits. Who are just like, oh, she doesn't own it, so we can do whatever we want with it.
Excuse me, they say. They were fully aware they were violating rights of publicity, which protects people from having their image or likeness used without consent.
Bro, but like... If... What? You fuckwit. Stupid zigzagoon. So even if, like... Billion doesn't sue, can the guy who created it sue? Like, is that possible? Maybe he can sue him. What? Oh, god damn it. I don't know where I was at. I'll figure it out. Where was I at?
Iris fan account, which is supposed to support also dropped the hard N words like multiple times, does have a Fansly page with no explicit content. Then we get one. If Fansly doesn't reply in 3 days, we can just shift to Patreon. Devious tries to calm down Vex. He sues me, they say. They were fully aware they were violating rights of publicity, which protects people from having their image or likeness used without consent. Devious tries to calm down Vexy,
I feel like
rights of publicity is more for real people.
I feel like
isn't
maybe
trademarked. Then, as if that somehow makes it okay, they add, we have a comment explicitly stating that we're not impersonating anyone. If Fansly doesn't reply in 3 days, we can just shift to Patreon. But Vexy wasn't convinced, responding, it doesn't need to be caught.
I feel like if Fillion can't make Nendoroids and can get sued by making Nendoroids, I feel like these guys can get sued for making porn, right?
Copyrighted. If it can be proven that we are using her image for gain, that would be enough. Indeed, they knew exactly what they were doing, and now that they were facing real consequences, they were scrambling.
It's funny that they're smart enough to realize that they're idiots.
They started debating whether they should change the account name. But Vexy is too busy freaking out over a much bigger concern. They wonder if Fillion actually filed a lawsuit against them, since everything is in his name and he's panicking hard. Devious VRC tries to reassure him.
Get shit on.
If they filed a lawsuit, you'd be the first person to know about it. Then he brushes off the whole situation, saying, I'm more confident that our Fansly account just got mass reported by White Knights Fillion fans. Fansly probably just saw a ton of reports and thought, let's just shut it down. And then adds, I doubt Fillion took any legal actions. It's too much work. Most of the exchange is just Vexy spiraling, worried about the lawsuit, and then suddenly shifting to worrying about their taxes because they just lost a huge chunk of their income. Once they finally got Fansly's official response, they immediately start plotting their next move, which of course was to jump over to Patreon. And that's when they made that infamous fake announcement. So what happened next? In the logs, at this point, Devious wants to make an announcement to explain what happened. He argues that if they don't say anything, people might feel like they got scammed. Or worse, that the Fillion VR account just pocketed the money and dipped. But no, they weren't about to disappear. They were
they want to make
way
more
too much money to just walk away now. So Devious suggests that they announce
How can we walk away when we
Fansly
can make
ban
more money?
and tell supporters to contact Fansly for a refund.
More
Vexy,
money.
however, is not on board. He's terrified that if hundreds of people demand refunds, Fansly will take the money directly from his account, potentially deducting up to $7,000 from his balance. He doesn't want to risk it. So instead, they settle
Is that
on
like
a
a
different
back pay
plan,
charges?
offering everyone a free subscription to their new Patreon instead. And that's how that brilliant idea came to be. Not out of selflessness, not because they cared about fairness or they cared about their fans, but because they wanted to make sure that none of that money came out of their own pockets. In fact, the only reason they rushed to make the announcement was because they were worried that if they waited too long, someone else might steal their idea and take over. If we make an official statement saying we care about our supporters but can't do much
the money
since
from
it's under
Fansly.
Fansly jurisdiction, we can show that we actually
That's
did
the 7K
research
they're
and tried to
talking about.
contact Fansly to get them refunded. That's a lot of work. $18,000 worth of subs, right? Vexy responds, we had around 800 people, but not everyone is gonna DM. I can handle it when the time comes. I just don't want to risk even one bit that Fansly comes after me for the $7,000. They'll be minus $7,000 if they refund everyone, and I'm feeling way too paranoid to let that happen. So in the end, they didn't even bother trying to get their fans refunds. Not because they couldn't, but because they didn't want to lose a single cent from their own earnings. Throughout all of this, they keep bringing up this idea of changing the account name,
Is it their earnings,
realizing
though?
that keeping Philly
Really?
VR might make them an even bigger target. Thank you. If we ever do a Patreon or OnlyFans, I would really appreciate if we could change Twitter and Patreon OnlyFans name. Okay, so to understand, you want it to be completely ready and set up by the end of the week. We would need to think of a new name. So this would explain why now their Patreon page is named Jillian VR. So they finally did go through with the name change, but basically they just ended up changing a single letter. Even
Yeah,
after
they're
getting
still-
banned, they weren't
they're
about
still
to give
using
up their
Fillion.
scam. Instead, they started planning how to keep it going, including drafting a fake statement to make Fansly look anti-creator, shifting all the blame onto the platform, even though they knew exactly why they got shut down. Mizukuro adds, at one point, they were even considering creating a fake company to generate invoices so Devious could get paid through his girlfriend's business. I
What?
personally don't know if they actually went through with it, but considering everything else they did,
that legal?
it's very likely, despite all the advice I gave against it. As the plan got more questionable, Vexy starts freaking out, getting increasingly worried about the idea of creating a fake company just to funnel Devious's earnings. He even complained about it to Mizukuro, sharing DMs with Devious to
Bruh.
express how uncomfortable he was
People
with
go to
this
so much,
idea.
like,
At
such
this
big
point,
lengths
they weren't
to
just
get money.
impersonators, they were actively brainstorming ways to commit fraud just to keep their scam alive. Mizu then has enough and directly confronts Vexy, trying to talk some sense into him. They scorn Vexy, telling him that he's blindly chasing money and ignoring the obvious red flags in this situation. You're still doing a shady business
Bro,
with shady
Cheetos is such a
people.
lie.
A million things could go and will go wrong simply because
Oh my
this
God.
is shady at its core. But you're literally blinded by
I just
the
looked
money
over.
to
Bro,
the
this is
point
a
where you're
wall of
convincing
text.
yourself that this is gonna be fine. Vexy, of course, tries to defend himself. But we're not directly associating with Fillion anymore. We're changing both the name and the model. We're not even
Yeah,
using
we're
her
called
likeness
Jillian
anymore
now.
since we're shifting away. He then insists that he would shut the whole thing down if there was a good reason to, before turning the argument back on Mizu, saying, "Didn't you yourself say that you'd create a modified Rindo model with a unique name? In one sense, would that be considered shady? I already explained to you in length what I think of Devious and his girlfriend based on all the conversation you've sent me. All the signals are there. The fact that you're still willing and somehow even trust them is insane to me. There's no debate here. I can tell you that you would be an absolute
Wait.
fool to put any trust on people
Maybe
as money
Devious'
hungry as
girlfriend
those
would be the
two.
one
It's right there
doing
on
the dildo
cards.
stuff?
Doesn't take a psychologist to see that they don't care about you.
Because
And
I
that they
don't,
see you
I
as
don't
replaceable.
think a man
This
would be able
whole
to
project is not something worth a debate.
do that
Look.
right.
You are doing a shady business
Without being
illegal
noticed
business.
that it's a
You're
man,
taking
right?
advantage of the earned popularity of someone else and actively trying to hurt their earning by taking advantage of the situation. These are facts. The question here is if you can live with yourself and the consequences of those actions.
Depends.
Vexy
Does he have $1 million?
responds, "This is why the idea I propose to them is going to be based on my terms and not theirs. If they don't like the terms I give them, they're free to leave, even if they see me as replaceable. They would essentially become the ones that are replaceable to me. I am the owner of the page. The income goes into my business account. I created a contract and made them sign it. If there is anything they do that I dislike, I can fire them. I might not be on best terms with them, but there's nothing they can do given the fact that they accepted my proposition. What is one thing they could do to ruin everything despite the measures I'm taking? In my opinion, I wouldn't say it's illegal to create a persona which holds a unique name, completely unrelated to hers, with modifications done to the model so it doesn't look like Fillion.
Bro,
If you do, I would love to hear why. It's funny to me that you think that just because you can fire them, they at the same time
All
can't
you
rat
did-
you out
you
or anyone
fucker.
involved.
All
If
you did was
companies
change
were
the
that
F to a
simple,
J.
I'm sure upper management would be super happy of
What's the
being
changes
there
to the
so they
model?
can do their
Did he
insider
like change
tradings and
her hair
shady
from white to
businesses.
black?
Since, you know, if the bottom people complain, then you fire them and that's it, right? Think about that to yourself for a moment and consider that you don't have as much power over the situation and they can take you down just as much as you can fire them. You're creating so
Ugh.
many points of failure with untrustworthy people that, again, insanity that you are even pondering the idea. Which things would they be able to rat me out for? To my knowledge, I've made sure that the whole foundation and process of the operation is legal. I am legally hiring someone to work for me, pay them their salary, work on my Patreon page,
Bro.
which doesn't intrude on Fillion's likeness. I mean, I'm not sure why you care about what I have to say at this point. You've already made up your mind on doing shady business with untrustworthy people that call you an N-word while you're having a panic attack. You clearly don't care about
They
what I
called
have
him
to
a
say,
nuke?
so what's the point of this? I'm not gonna help you make your fake company a tight ship. I don't want any implications on that. I'm just telling you how it is. That it is shady.
Is Mizu
The whole
a
operation
dude
can
as
be
well?
taken down, and that you're also hurting Fillion even if you change the model. Vexy responds that he does care about his friend's feeling and that he does want to hear his side, but continues to maintain
Bro, I'm so
that
cold
he's
right
not
now.
running a fake company, that is a real, genuine company and as real as any other ones out there, and that he's following the legal process for a legit and
Oh,
registered
do you reckon he worked
company,
for
and that he's
VShojo?
going to have it in his name. Come January, they posted their made-up statement about being disappointed on Fansly for their decision as if they didn't do anything wrong, and
Okay.
opened a Patreon, which
I'm
is still
curious
up
on
as
what
of writing this.
changes he
These two
did
are
to the
racking
model.
in 15k to 20k
'Cause
a month from
It
leeching
would not
off her
surprise me
success.
if literally
And they
all he
know
did
it's
was
immoral,
change the hair
selfish,
color.
and in the case of Devious, illegal in many ways by the Singaporean law. If you are a fan of Fillion's, consider not supporting this account and his Patreon in any way. It's run by people that despise Fillion, want to ride her fame with cheaply made explicit content,
What?
and by their
How
own
can you
words
despise
make her look
Fillion?
like a whore. In the next part of the conversation, Vexy lists
What
a
did
few
Fillion
of the
do?
potential laws they would have broken if they went through with this idea. Distribution of porn, illegal in Singapore, falsifying documents, the invoices, double work, Devious working 2 jobs
Wait, you can't
illegally,
distribute
and illegal
distribute
and
porn in
undeclared work,
Singapore?
Devious helping to work on Fillion and not declaring it. Fraud, deception performed by them to pursue personal financial gain, and both of them would get these charges if busted. Talking about Devious and his girlfriend. However, after Mizukuro's and
Or
Vexy's
Vexy.
heated exchange, Vexy still reflects on the argument, saying, "In the context of the conversation, you said I was spinning to deflect criticism and trying to justify my leeching, which I feel wasn't the case. I know that it's immoral and selfish." But then he adds, "If you feel like this choice has set us further apart, then okay, I don't intend to stop you. While I do value friendships, I also value opportunities that can help me reach my current goal of moving out and being able to sustain myself while I study full-time." By
Bro.
this point, Mizu had already spent weeks trying to talk Vexy out of this whole situation, especially after the Fansly ban put them in hot
Yeah.
water. So when Vexy jumped back into it without even telling
The
them,
Fansly
it
ban,
was a
they should have
breaking
just
point
went,
for their
okay,
friendship.
fuck
Their
this, and
conversation
just
kept
stop.
looping, Vexy insisting that there was nothing wrong with what they were doing, while Mizu felt like all the time
Or
they
people
spent
who,
trying to
like,
talk sense into him
they ask
had
for an
been
opinion
completely
and then just
wasted.
completely
I actually
ignore it.
managed to confirm this part myself
So
by
annoying.
speaking directly
Why ask
to
for an opinion?
Mizukuro, who
You're not gonna
explained how
listen.
their friendship kept growing more distant after that argument. Even after this, they didn't immediately cut ties, but in the days leading up to the expose, Mizu gave Vexy one last chance to address the situation. We can imagine how that last conversation turned out. So then, Mizu had seen enough and decided to expose everything, dropping the
Get him,
tweets
Mizu.
that would blow this entire scheme wide open. After the logs were leaked, Devious changed his Discord profile and username to "You Found Me," as sort of a taunt to
What?
audiences and Mizukuro. Shortly after, they attempted to change their Discord profile picture again and name, seemingly in response to the situation. On top of that, Devious has gone into hiding and even privated his Twitter account. But even so, let's take a look at the pictures
Smart
he
move, I
shared in
guess.
his bio, the ones he so graciously wants his followers and defenders to see. Remember guys, if your friend is successful, make sure to be jealous and not to celebrate. Share whatever your friend trusted you with. Private messages are public messages. Backstab them for your clout. This is key to a genuine friendship. He also has made this image his banner, calling Mizu got cuck bro, and it reads, "I tried manipulating Vexy so that he would stop spending time being successful and spend time with my virgin ass instead. But that didn't work. I'll leak the DMs he trusted with me. That will surely make him come back to me. Anyway, my basic as asset will be out tomorrow on Booth for $5. What? Why is my Pookie still talking to that manipulator Devious? Why would Vexy pick Devious over me? It's not like I backstabbed my best friend and needed to always be in control. And then followed with a picture from his Twitter statistics saying, lol, thanks
You were
for
being
the free
scumbags.
marketing.
Like, what?
Then he picks apart the logs between Mizukuro and Vexy, making fun of Mizukuro and adding, yes, Vexy, please learn to have better companionship. I'm the perfect friend who you trusted and totally didn't publicly shame you with screenshots. I exposed everything for your own good, not because I'm jealous or wanted to advertise my low-effort assets on Booth. I'm waiting for you, Pookie. Please come back to me because I have no other friends.
Bro, this dude is so bad.
Beyond Filion, this situation may also affect the creators of the R18 assets used in the content.
So
for
mad.
example, creating not safe for work materials of these models require additional assets beyond what the standard Jingle model uses. This is evident in one of the leaked screenshots where Vexy is seen sharing an R18 asset. One such asset is a Squirt asset sold by a Booth creator. However, upon closer inspection, its terms of services explicitly states that its use is restricted to private settings and that public use is prohibited. Given these restrictions, Vexy and
Bro, I love
Devious
the way
may
she
be in
says
direct
words.
violation of the asset's creator's right by using it for public content on social media and Patreon, which is also considered a social media platform.
That's a
Since
signature?
the
What the
expose,
fuck?
more people have started pushing back, using community notes to flag posts and bring awareness to the fact that this isn't actually Filion. Additionally, several people have been
Wait,
referencing
is it
Mizukuro's
still on
tweet
Twitter?
in pinned
What?
replies and under announcement posts, but those replies are now actively being hidden by Devious and Vexy. Even now, they're still trying to control the narrative, hiding any evidence that could expose them further. The big question is, will this con keep going? Let's see if their disclaimer about not impersonating anyone that is only accessible if you click see
Bro,
more
I'm so
in
curious
their bio
on,
will
like-
be enough to shield them from legal troubles. Or if this is just
I just want to see what
delaying the
they're
inevitable.
gonna do to
And
the model.
honestly,
That's what I
have
want
to
to know.
wonder, how many of Filion's Patreon subscribers are going to keep renewing their memberships after finding out the cute anime girl they were jerking off to was actually 2 men? Anyway, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget.
I did hit the like, and I am subscribed. I think. Yeah, I am. Look, I am subscribed. Stop yelling at me. Whoop. Okay, then I'm gonna do 5 more encounters, and then I'm gonna go because I'm still very tired. I didn't sleep all that well yesterday. Oh, and you know what I found out yesterday? That's very sad. My niece wanted my mother to buy like one of those tail things, the belt tail things, and suck. I don't suck. You know, like the belt ones you strap on? She wanted one of them, and she wanted ears. Cat ears. Okay, the sound's a bit off. I don't think it matters though. We only got 3 more encounters. Yeah, she wanted that, and then because I was explaining to my mother what a furry is, because we seen a TikTok that was really funny. Well, I'll show you the TikTok after we get 2 more encounters. It was very funny. And then my mother was like, "Yeah, your niece wants to be a furry." I was like, "What?" Turns out one of her friends at school goes to school and identifies as a cat. And my niece thought that was cool, and she wanted to do the same thing. And my mother was like, "Nope, you ain't doing that." So, in the future, it might end up happening. Because, you know, my mother can't tell her no forever. Eventually, when she becomes an adult, she gets to make her own decisions. understandable. Which part? Mute that again. Tiki talk. Oh, we never watched Minion for today either. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Where is it? Oh, bro, this shit was hilarious.
Come here, let me show you something. Come here. Look right here.
I've been enjoying our conversation, and I think it's time we spice things up a bit. How about we head to the VR nightclub? I've heard it's a blast.
No,
and I'd love
dude,
to
I'm not even
experience
done
it with
making
you.
my
Plus, it
breakfast.
might be
I'm trying
a
to
great
teach
place
you.
to learn more.
Mervin, I haven't had my breakfast yet. I'm not going to go to a
Bro,
nightclub.
I don't know what
I'm
this
teaching you
is,
peanut
but it's
bacon on the
hilarious.
stove right now. And then I'm going to throw 4 eggs in that butter.
So it's 3 to 4 minutes per side
Yeah.
for the pea meal bacon,
Yes.
and then you'll flip it. That makes sense.
Mervin, pay attention. This is an important part, okay? We have to crack the eggs, and then we don't want to overcook them. And I'm going to break the yolks. I don't like a runny yolk, okay? I do like fried eggs, but no runny yolk, not for me.
Cracking the eggs is a crucial step, and I'm watching closely. And I've taken note of your yolk preference.
Yep.
No runny yolks for you. Got it. So you'll break the yolks to ensure they're cooked through. I find it
So funny.
intriguing that you have such specific preferences when it comes to your eggs. On my planet, we don't really have equivalent food.
Yeah, I know. You don't
preferences
eat
since our
on your
sustenance
planet.
is
I know,
mostly absorbed
Marvin.
through osmotic membranes.
So
Mervin,
fucking weird,
It's
bro.
time for the pea meal bacon to be flipped. Remember I told you that?
I'm excited to see the pea meal bacon flip, and I recall that it's about time for that.
Why are you
3
sitting
to 4
like that?
minutes per side, right? Please go ahead and flip it. Now, are the pea meal bacon and eggs done yet? I'm eagerly
No,
awaiting
Mervin.
the final
I'll
result
tell you
of
when
this
they're done.
culinary experiment. I'd love to spend more time
What?
with you.
Get your
What
feet off
is
my
this,
food.
bro?
So much
Thank
to
you.
explore and discuss. Have you ever wondered how your daily routines compare to life here on my planet?
No. Mervin, come over here. Come here. Let me show you something. Come here.
I don't know what this is, but this is great. I found this morning while I was taking a shit. I was like, oh my god, what is this? Oh, hey,
Vaginismus is a condition where the muscles of the
hold on, we need a tweet. And that's a perfect tweet. Twitter. I don't need to look at anything else. We just need to go what is it? Vaginismus? Vaginismus. Boom. Post. Vaginismus. It's been tweeted. It's been tweeted. Been tweeted. Vaginismus. Beautiful.
vagina tighten up when you try to insert something, such as a penis, a speculum, or just a finger. This is not under your control.
I don't know why I liked it. But I did. It was funny. What was I looking for? I forgot what I was. Oh, this is pretty funny.
Hit a deer, so we only have one headlight. I haven't got out and looked at it yet. But if my window wouldn't have been up, I would have took deer shit straight to my face. I hit a deer, so we.
Drive issues. This is great. Look at this. I need one. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. I want one. I think I liked some of these when I was a little high. This is great.
While you're gaming, I got you. I got a little kid.
What?
And I have a camera, and I can.
We're throwing it right now. We're throwing it.
You want more? You want more steaks?
What is it?
Hungry while you're gaming?
I'm pretty certain it's a cat feeder, right? That's awesome. I need one of them. What was I looking for? What was I looking for? Fair enough. What was I looking for? I don't remember what I was looking for. Oh, the furry thing. Okay, we'll find it. Here it is.
A man from Fort Collins who identifies as a wolf furry has been mauled in Wyoming after attempting to join an actual pack of wolves. Self-described wolf furry from Fort
Get
Collins
shit on, bro.
is recovering in a Wyoming hospital after attempting to integrate himself into an actual pack
That's what you
of
get.
wild wolves. 28-year-old
That's what you get.
Lucas Moonhowl, legally known as Brian Sanders, was spotted crawling on all fours in full faux fur attire, complete with a tail, plastic fangs, and a Bluetooth speaker playing recorded howls. Witnesses say
Bro, just suck shit. You deserve that. But I found that, and then I had to explain what a furry was to my mother. It was kind of funny. Bro, this chick, the way this chick cooks is fucking horrendous. I don't know. Oh.
Wait, you can move it. Look, yeah, you can move it. Kurt Cobain POV. Yes. Wait, you can move it.
I have issues. Bro, so much of this stuff is so random. This is funny.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm eating a banana.
Why are you eating it like that?
You should be the one who knows why I eat bananas like this in your presence now. Because if I don't, I end up deep throating them. Mail.
Mail?
Not my way, not my culture. You want some?
No thanks. You're a fucking weirdo.
You make me weird. And now everybody in the comment section is going to be like, something wrong with her. Oh, she's ADHD. Oh, she's definitely on the spectrum. No, I just have a fucked up best friend.
Hey.
And that's okay. And I just really didn't feel like this being down the back of my throat in the morning.
I did the same thing. I wouldn't be able to help it. Do we want to watch any more of these? Bro, I'm so cold. What's the temperature? I think I need to move this thing away from being above the computer. Bro, there's no way it's 18 degrees. Yeah, I think I need to move it. Oh, you know what else I just realized? It's next to the switch too. So the heat from the switch would be heating it up. And it's above the computer, which would be heating it up. I don't think it's accurate. It's lying. It's way too cold for it to be 18 degrees. What, Daz?
Yeah.
What's this one? Oh, bro, it's good for 2 minutes. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think we need to watch some of them. Daz reacting to Candy's cooking. Because, bro, her cooking is horrendous. It is so bad. There's another one. It's so bad. I've been like watching a bunch of them on here. Bro, I love this dude. This dude's funny. Have you seen this guy, Benny?
Spot for the randomizer. I hope it's someone good. Wait, who was that? Oh shit! The sunflower scatter tree, shadow tree avatar, Blade of Mikola. God damn it!
No.
It's gonna be all 3 fucking phases.
He's so funny.
This is fucking not good, brother. Fun fact: these are my wife's favorite flowers. I fucking hate them. Let's see who the fuck is in Melania spot.
He's so good. These are my wife's favorite flowers. I fucking hate him. Wait, where's the... Is it this one? I think it's this one.
Okay. Please, don't let it be a fucking dragon.
You ready?
No! Shit! Alright, guys, this is what separates the men from the boys!
It's only
Ding ding, Radon, bring it! God devouring Radon, what a fucking ass name. Oh, shit!
Help! She's fucking neglecting me! She's neglecting me!
Alright? Brother, let me breathe! Yeah, you didn't know you were fucking with an
Wait, you can jump that?
Alright, J-Man, please give me something good for them. Please don't make it too bad. Fuck! Why the hell is everything redone? Okay.
Bro, I think I find this guy so funny because I don't emote like this dude does. You know what I mean? Like, this dude's like screams so much. So he's like so different from me. I think that's why I think he's so funny. And then the fact that he like dresses up in outfits is hilarious too. And then like so low budget. Yeah, this is his name. Kid Shadow? I think he has a YouTube. We click his link tree. This could be dangerous. He's on Twitch. He's on YouTube. He's on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. I'm subscribed on YouTube. What? When did I do that? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Anyway. I'm gonna put it in Discord. And I will also put it here. There you go, Benny. Go watch that guy. He's hilarious. He does a lot of Elden Ring stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get going before I fall asleep. Or my brain hurts. Also, I think my mother said that I don't know if it was my nephew or my niece was sick. One of them was sick. And I saw both of them yesterday. So, strange person. He is not. He's great. He's funny. Bro, he has some good reactions to things. Yeah. So, one of them was sick. I don't know which one. I saw both of them. So maybe I'm getting sick. Because, bro, my head feels really hot. Yeah, it's like really hot. Oh, I have a thermometer now. I bought one the last time I got COVID. Because I got so, like, my fever got so, I think I talked about it. My fever got so high. Like, I was like, it felt like my brain was melting. It was so hot. And then by the time I got the thermometer, the fever had kind of passed. But I still had, like, what do you even call it? Like, you feel cold, but hot at the same time, and you shiver. I had that. It was like still like I was like shivering. And then I checked my temperature, and it was high. It wasn't. I think it was higher when it felt like my brain was melting. But I have a thermometer now, so I can check my temperature. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. I've placed it somewhere. I don't know where. I can't see it. I don't know what I did with it. I guess I'm gonna have to go on a mission to find my thermometer. But I hope I'm not getting sick again. I'm kind of sick of being sick. Does that make sense? I don't know if that made sense. Like, how many times have I been sick this year? I feel like it's been a lot. I feel like I've been sick more this year than I have in a while. I think think like 2017, 2016. That year, I got sick a lot. I think that was the year I was literally, I caught some flu. And I kept going back to the doctor. And because I was like, I think I caught something else. And I did. I had the same flu. And I had it for like 6 months. I couldn't get rid of it. Whatever it was, it just wouldn't go away. So since then, I think this year's been the worst. I've had COVID a couple times. I've had other flus. I had COVID and I had pneumonia and I had an infection. Like I had like 4 things in one go. It's probably a surprise that I'm still here. Oh, okay. I'll be live again tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow Monday? Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. Hopefully I'll do more encounters. Hopefully I'm not dying. Maybe I should drink some whiskey tonight. That'll kill it. It'll kill whatever's inside of me, it'll kill it. And I definitely won't be hungover tomorrow. Bro, YouTube like changed the way it looks. On my end? I don't like it. They need to stop changing things. Like, change how things work, sure, but like, don't change how things look. Because I don't like it. It bugs me. I don't like it. Anyway, I'm going. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go make some food, probably. And then go to sleep. Okay. Bro, I got a super weird notification just then. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's stream, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. But till next time, hooroo.